Hello, I'm Pete, and welcome to Fallout New Vegas Challenge of Challenges. How does this series work? Well, I have a nice big list of possible challenges. Each episode I will choose one at random, and that will then become the challenge for the rest of that episode. If I break the challenge rule, then that challenge will roll over to the next episode, but will be in addition to the regular challenge for that subsequent episode, not instead of. So I'll potentially have two challenges for an episode if I am not sticking to the rules. If you have any ideas for additional challenges that I can add, please add them in the comments and they'll go on the list. Let's find out what our challenge for this episode is going to be. The rule is, for this episode, I can only use the Varmint rifle. That's a pretty good challenge to start off with. Very nice. Okay, so I think let's start the game. So Doc Mitchell's going to do the normal thing where he talks about digging around in my noggin, and then that will give me the opportunity to build my character. So I'd kind of like to do something that's a bit of a pun on the word challenge. So maybe Charlie? Does that work for you? I can't think of anything better. All right, so let's set some stuff up. Let's go with the frazzled hairstyle, and let's go for a nice auburn for that. Okay, there we go. This is our character. Before I give the vigor tester a try, I'm just going to steal all of these things. So as you can see, I am using some mods. I will put a list in the comment. Nothing that changes the game significantly, mostly just some quality of life stuff. Okay, so strength, going to put an extra point to strength there. Perception, definitely at least 1. Endurance, always up to 7. Charisma's my dump stat, as always. We'll have a little bit of extra intelligence, a little bit of extra agility, and some extra luck. How's that looking? Quite balanced? 667, 1767. Yeah, let's go with that. I mean, given that it's a very challenging sort of run, I'm not sure what I'm going to encounter, so balanced is probably good. Frontal lobe damage, of course, because of the charisma thing. Right. Let's just grab one or two more pieces of loot from around here.
What do you say you take a seat in my couch and we go through a couple of questions?
Okay, he wants me to sit on the couch. Can do that. And now he asks a few pointless questions, so we'll just choose the top answer for each of those. All right, so let's now choose what we want to have tagged. Speech is pretty good. Let's have some of that. Some lockpick as well, and I think choose guns as well. That feels like the safest bet, though. I'm also going to be doing a bit of explosives in this run as well if I get the chance. Now, these are the traits. Now, very often I recommend good-natured. Generally, if you're playing where you only have one combat skill that you're focusing on, this one makes sense because you get +5 to 5 useful skills and -5 to 4 useless skills and 1 useful one. So this works out generally better. However, the nature of Challenge of Challenges is I'm probably going to be having to use a variety of different combat disciplines. So this one might not work out so well. Likewise, skilled, I've recommended this in the past because it gives you an initial boost at the cost of leveling much slower in the remainder of the game. But again, I don't think I'm going to do it this time. Logan's Loophole's got something to recommend it. It basically sets my level cap at 30, but I can use chems as much as I want. Tricky. I think, you know what, I'm going to skip the traits on this run.
All right, I guess that about does it. Come with me, I'll see you out.
All right, so then we meet Doc Mitchell by his front door and he gives us some clothes. Come on, speed it up, mate. I'll steal your caps behind your back while you're taking your time. And I feel like somewhere around here there's some cigarettes. Oh, I should definitely take these. Yeah, I think, well, there is some food in the kitchen. Let's take that.
Here, these are yours. Was all you had on you when you was brought in. I hope you don't mind, but I gave the note.
Okay, and then he looks through our stuff, gives them back. We can choose whether to get cross about that. Let's just say thanks for pitching me up. And he recommends we go and talk to Sunny Smiles. We're not going to choose hardcore mode. We are going to try and steal your cigarettes, though. They're down here. He doesn't care. Right, let's head on outside and get into this world. Okay, we're outdoors and into the bright sunlight. First stop, let's say hi to Victor.
Howdy, partner. Might I say you're looking fit as a fiddle?
Thank you. And thank you for digging me out of that grave.
Don't mention it. I'm always ready to lend a helping hand to a stranger in need.
How did you happen to find me?
I was out for a stroll that night when I heard the commotion up the old bone orchard. Saw what looked like a bunch of bad eggs, so I laid low. Once they had run off, I dug you up to see if you were still kicking. Turns out you were, so I hauled you off to the dock right quick.
Okay. Do you know who those men were who attacked me?
Can't say that I'm familiar with the rascals. Some of the fine folks in town might be able to help you out with that.
All right, thank you. Goodbye.
Happy trails!
All right, so Victor's shack is down at the end here. So let's zoom down there and loot what's available. As you can see, I am sprinting. That is thanks to a mod called the Solid Project, which I think is actually no longer available on Nexus. It's been taken down. So I'm quite lucky to have a copy. All right, let's turn that radio off. That's annoying. Fission batteries are quite heavy, but let's take them for selling maybe. Lots of ammo and stuff. And I think there's, weapon repair kit in here. That's good. Anything else useful back here? Bit of ammo. So obviously I can't use that energy weapons ammo quite yet. For in this episode, as I must keep reminding myself, I'm only allowed to use the Varmint rifle. Well, let's go to Sunny Smiles and get one of those picked up, eh? On the way, let's just check these mailboxes in case there's any good magazines in them. Not today, it would seem. And also, while we're passing by, let's just activate this Mojave Express Dropbox, because that will allow me to post stuff around the wasteland. All right, Easy Pete.
Howdy. What can Easy Pete do for you?
Do you know anything about the people who attacked me?
The one in the fancy suit seemed to be calling the shots. That's as much as I know. Other folks in town might know more. Word of advice, though, if you ever catch up with him, watch out. The man's got cold eyes like a snake. Can't be trusted, I'd say.
Why are you called Easy Pete? I have always wondered.
Was a prospector until I decided to settle here to get away from the NCR. Now we'll just take it easy and help out with the Brahmin and Bighorners.
You were a prospector, like digging for gold and silver?
Nah. Means I poked through old buildings looking for working tech and such. Some folks just call it salvaging, but never liked the term. Way I see it, salvage means it's broken, near worthless. Me, I look for the good stuff. Guns, chems, spare parts. Good money in it.
Did you ever find anything good while prospecting?
Nope. Had a pretty good claim once, way out east by the river, but got run off by raiders. Eventually got too old to keep going out.
That'll do for now.
Keep your gun handy if you go poking around some of the abandoned places around here, like the schoolhouse. Critters move in there sometimes.
Thank you. All right, in here is where we'll see Sunny Smiles.
Cheyenne, stay. Don't worry, she won't bite unless I tell her to.
Okay. I'm a little short on caps. I don't suppose there's any work available.
Not in Goodsprings, no. But if you're up for a little scavenging, there's always the schoolhouse. Most of what's in there is junk, but there's this old safe that even Easy Pete wasn't able to crack with dynamite. If you want to take a shot at it, take these.
Thank you very much. What's the bobby pins for?
You'll need those to pick the lock. Be careful, though. Put too much pressure on them, and they'll snap.
And this magazine, Locksmith's Reader?
If the lock's too much for you to handle, reading through the magazine might give you the edge you need.
All right, I'll go take a look at that safe when I have a chance.
Always happy to help someone down on their luck.
Doc Mitchell said you could teach me to survive in the desert.
Yeah, I guess there's a thing or two I could show you. Sounds like you need all the help you can get after what they done to you. Meet me outside, behind the saloon.
Will do. I'm going to go this way. And there's some crates here, which have got some sunset sarsaparillas in them. I'll take those. They might be useful for healing purposes later. Now watch the bottles magically appear.
Now,
There they
see the
are.
sarsaparilla bottles on the fence there?
Yep.
Take this and try to hit a couple of them.
Okay, here we go. Varmint rifle.
That's the right idea. Look down the sight. Try crouching down and staying still.
Crouching, you say?
Nice shot. Well, that's a start. But I don't reckon you came to me to learn to fight sarsaparilla bottles. Tell you what, I gotta go chase geckos away from our water supply anyway. Darn critters are attracted to it. Why don't you come along?
Yeah, I'll do it for the
Follow
XP.
me. It's just down to the southeast a short ways.
All right, let's go. Follow Sunny. This will take a little while. I can try pushing her along. She doesn't seem to mind, which comes as a surprise. I would certainly mind if someone was running behind me like this. It does give us a good chance to look at that lovely high texture armour.
Hear that up on the ridge behind me there? We got some geckos to clear out. Bunch of little monsters is what they are. Seems like Doc Mitchell treats more gecko bites than anything else. Let's see if we can get a little closer. If we move quietly, we can get the jump on them. More likely to hit something vital that way.
All right. Let's go into crouch.
Okay, you're on.
There we go. The targets have been marked. Let's try and get in a little closer. Oh, we're in danger. Okay, those two are down. We can quickly loot them. And then return and talk to Sunny.
See? You're getting the hang of it. There's 2 more wells that still need clearing. You want, you can come along. It'd be worth a few caps to me.
Certainly.
Shouldn't take more than a couple minutes, especially with 2 of us. Come with me.
Will do. Okay, should be some geckos around here. There's one. There we go. Sneak attack. Okay, got to protect the dog. Yeah, there's little Vats tips. Okay, looks like both of the geckos are already dead. Okay, look them. Okay, she's now running off that way. Should I stay with Sunny Smiles or with the dog? Okay, I see some red marks over there. Oh, and there's the person to save. Oh, there she is. Okay. I need to protect her from all these geckos here.
Get him off!
Yeah, I'm trying. I don't think she's got a very good chance here.
Damn!
Okay, she's pretty good at punching geckos. It's impressive stuff. And we have completed kill the geckos at the other wells. Right, she's got some health left. Let's talk to her.
Holy moly. If you hadn't come here like you done, I'd be a goner for sure. I came up here to draw water, but here, you should have what I got. You look thirsty.
And that gives me accepted at Goodsprings. She's gonna be trapped behind that tree forever. Really? Did Cheyenne survive?
Now that was some good work. Even got a little exciting there at the end. Here's a little spending money for the trouble. One more thing I wanted to show you. Thought I might teach you about living off the land and making useful things for yourself. Interested?
Yep, couldn't hurt.
All right then. We'll need a couple ingredients to get started. Gonna want some xander root and a brock flower. Let me think now. I know I've seen brock flowers growing up at the graveyard, and I seem to remember there being xander root over by the schoolhouse. Bring those on back to me, and we'll get cooking.
So the quest that she gives you here is kind of ridiculous. So you can see the brock flowers being marked 300 meters that way, and the xander root 170 meters that way. Don't do it. Ignore her. There is a better location for these things. First, I'm just going to raid these boxes for all the usual things I like. Turn off this radio. Got to save battery. So yeah, there's brock flower and xander root just up on this hill over here, which is far more convenient. So let's just zoom on up there. Now, there will be 1 or 2 geckos to deal with. Okay, don't need to rebuild the character. Yes, geckos up there. But here we go. There's the xander root. There's one more in there, I think. Over there. let's use some VATs. Don't seem to be doing much damage shooting from the hip there. Ah. Okay, Gecko Hunter is dealt with. Take his stuff. Let's also loot the corpse of the other one here. And then this here, this is our Brock flower. So with those, we can now go and meet Sunny Smiles just down here at the campfire, and that completes the quest much quicker than going to the schoolhouse and to the graveyard.
Let me see what you got. Yeah, these'll do just fine. Just fine. All right now, we're gonna be making something folks on the trail call healing powder. Go on over to that campfire now. Give it a try.
Will do. See, interact with the campfire. Healing powder. Let's make one of those.
Hey, that's not bad, see? All it takes to make a recipe is the right ingredients and the right know-how. Sometimes it won't be a campfire you need. Might need to do some work on your guns and ammo, maybe. Important thing to get is it's all the same idea. You just need to find the right place to set up shop. Workbench or reloading bench, whatever. Well, I hope that's enough to get you started. I'm heading back now. Hope I didn't miss anything good on the jukebox. Cheyenne would never forgive me. Hey, do me a favor. Trudy, she's the bartender up at the Prospector. Kind of the town mom. She likes to meet newcomers. She'd be cross with me if I didn't ask you to poke your head in and say hi.
We'll certainly do that then. So let's just check what our quests look like at the moment. So we've got to go and meet Trudy, and then we've got here, inquire about your delivery assignment with the administrator of the Mojave Express in Prim. Before I go anywhere, I'm just going to check in here in case there's something good to take. Doesn't look like it. There's Barton Thorne.
Hello. Hello? Can you help me?
What's wrong?
My girl is trapped by geckos on the ridge, and I can't get to her. Please, she's going to die.
Where is she?
Go up the path, past the broken radio tower, and go to the right. They're at the top of the trail.
I'll see what I can do.
You will? Thank you for helping me. Please hurry.
So now, this is kind of the one of your first introductions in the game to the fact that some people can't be trusted. I'm telling you now, Barton Thorne he's a liar. It's a trap. But I'm going to go for it anyway because I'm a fool. So if we loop around here, there's going to be a few geckos to deal with. I'm in caution already. I'm not seeing the gecko that sees me, though. There it is. Oh, he's bringing his friends. Ah. You lot are being a bit weird, aren't you? I'm worried that they're going to bring their reinforcements around. You're a brave one, aren't you? Taking a lot of bullets to deal with this little gecko. Or maybe it's a different gecko. Yeah, he should be dead by now. Thank goodness, right. So there's definitely more geckos around here. They seem to be tucked around this corner here. Oh, there's another one there. And more up the hill. And this one's here now. With his silly eyes. Let's try some VATs. See if we can get some good shots on his head. That's more like it. And I definitely saw a couple go running up the hill here. Yeah, I see a red mark there. There's none creeping up behind. Oh my god, there's loads of them. Let's make use of VATS. How did he not die? Oh, pause. My weapon is in poor condition. I know. But there's not really much I can do about it. Just keep plinking at these little geckos. I mean, running backwards seems to be working quite well. But the damage I'm doing is pretty poor. Take his stuff. Still lots and lots of geckos waiting at the top of the ridge here. I'd forgotten how many there were up here. Okay, let's go for some headshots here and hope we can do some increased damage. Okay, I'm seeing 2 more marks on the compass. Okay, let's go back into VATS here, try and finish him off. Very nice. I do have my back to the other one now, though. That's all right, he's run off up the hill. Only 4 shots left. This may have been a mistake, especially given that in this episode I'm only allowed to use the Varmint rifle. I think I might have to run away. Especially given that even if I do manage to kill this gecko, I'm then going to have Barton Thorne to deal with. And no ammo to deal with him with. Yeah, I need to run off. I'm still in danger, so I need to keep running until the gecko is no longer following me. Now down to caution. I think I can't fast travel yet. Let's just check. Oh, I can. Yeah, that's fine. All right, I'm now able to level up. I feel like I should probably... Let's put some points into explosives. Though actually, before I do that... So lockpick's at 33. That's good. I can get into very easy. I do feel like rounding this up to 30 is probably a good idea. Round numbers for speech are generally good because most speech dialogue checks are a multiple of 10. So yeah, let's put the remainder then into explosives. Now, what have we got for options? So generally most of the level 2 perks are not that impressive. I very often end up going for intense training. That said, I've got Black Widow available to me, plus 10% damage against male opponents. There are more male opponents than female in this game, so I'm going to grab it. Let's go talk to Trudy.
I'm done being nice. If you don't hand Ringo over soon, I'm going to get my friends and we're burning this town to the ground. Got it?
We'll keep that in mind. Now, if you're not going to buy something, get out.
What the hell is your problem?
Begone, foul cur. Hello, Trudy.
Well, you've been causing quite a stir. Glad I finally got to meet you. Welcome to the Prospector Saloon.
I overheard your argument. What was all that about?
Looks like our little town got itself dragged into the middle of something we don't want anything to do with. About a week ago, this traitor, Ringo, comes into town. Survivor of an attack, he says. Bad men after him. Needs a place to hide. We figured he was just in shock, so we gave him a place to lie low. We didn't actually expect anyone to come after him.
Where is Ringo now?
He's holed up at the abandoned gas station up the hill.
She was very forthcoming with that information. What are you going to do?
Some of the others, like Sonny, will probably stand up for Ringo if he asks for help, which he hasn't. Personally, I hope he sneaks out of town one night and takes the powder gangers with him.
Powder gangers?
Chain gangs, really. The NCR brought them in from California to work on the rail lines. Problem is, it turns out that giving convicts a bunch of dynamite and blasting powder isn't the best idea. It was a big escape not too long ago. Some of them stuck together so they could make trouble. That's what we're dealing with now.
Why not just kill Cobb and be done with it?
You mean murder him? That's not our way, even if Cobb is scum. He can bluster and threaten all he wants.
Never mind. I want to talk about something else.
All right.
So I don't normally do that Ringo quest at this stage in the game because it makes the powder gangers hostile. So avoiding that quest means that you can move around this area a little bit easier. So, yeah, we don't need to... We could ask, I'm trying to track down the people who attacked me. Know anything about them?
Not much, other than they're a bunch of freeloaders who expected a few rounds on the house. I was able to get them to pay up, though. Of course, one of the great cons did knock my radio to the floor by accident, and it hasn't been working since.
Did my attackers say where they were going?
They were having some kind of argument about it, but the guy in the checkered coat kept shushing them. Sounded like they came in from the north through Quarry Junction. If that's the case, I can't say I blame them for not wanting to go back.
Why is that?
That whole area is overrun with the kind of critters that just get mad if you shoot them. Merchants avoid that whole stretch of I-15 like it's radioactive, which it could be for all I know.
So you still haven't said where these guys were going?
I didn't hear exactly, but the leader was talking about the strip. Fellow wants to get there and avoid the 15, he'd have to go east. Take Highway 93 up.
All right. Do you want me to take a look at your broken radio?
Sure, the outside looks okay, but I think something broke on the inside. There'd be caps in it for you. I do like to hear what's going on in the world. And that Mr. New Vegas seems like such a gentleman.
All right. Also show me what you have for sale.
Got a special discount for you, after what you've done for us.
So is there anything here that's useful? I will buy a meeting people. Those are very useful. I think most of the other stuff here I can probably cope without. Pinion nuts are quite good for crafting a particular recipe later on in the game, so I'm going to grab them while I can. Don't really need water because I'm not playing in hardcore. That'll probably do. Let's accept that.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Yeah, cheers. Goodbye.
Be careful out there.
So about this radio that you say is busted. Is it this one here? It seems like it is. Repair of 20 or greater. I fixed it. Didn't realise I had 20 repair. Okay, the music I'm hearing must be coming from a different radio somewhere. How do, Trudy?
Feeling thirsty? I can take care of that.
I fixed your radio. There.
Yeah, I heard it turn right back on after you got done tinkering with it. Here's some caps for the work.
Thank you for the caps.
You're welcome. So can I get you anything?
No, I think I'm good.
Be careful out there.
Lots of things I could ask her if I was interested, but we won't for now. Let's head next door to the general store. I think we have a bit of an ammo situation that might need resolving.
You must be the one Doc Mitchell was patching up. The way I heard it, I didn't think you'd be walking out of that office. I've got plenty of supplies for sale. Even got some weapon mods and special ammo. Well worth the caps if you ask me. If you're hurting for caps, I've also got boxes of surplus ammo in the miscellaneous section. They're not great, but you get what you pay for.
All right, show me what you have for sale.
Can do.
So what has he got here that might be useful to me? The 5.56, that's the ammo for the Varmint rifles. I think I should probably stock up on those. Anything else in here we like? He is selling a silencer for the Varmint rifle. 151 isn't too much. I think I'll pass though.
Thanks.
And so again, I can ask him about... Yeah, let's ask him. What do you know about the situation with the powder gangers?
If Ringo doesn't head out on his own, I think we should hand him over. The town shouldn't get itself mixed into the problem. Don't mistake that for coward talk, though. We're a town of survivors. We'll fight tooth and nail if pushed, but we don't go looking for trouble.
Do you know anything about the people who attacked me?
The leader was a New Vegas type. Typical city boy. He had a bunch of Great Khans with him, probably hired guns. The Great Khans normally stay in their own territory way up northwest, on account of them being enemies with the NCR.
Anything else you can tell me about Great Khans?
They're tough sons of bitches. Mean, but not crazy. They'll leave you alone unless you got something they want. The Great Khans deal in illegal chems. There's a good chance that most chems you come across were made by Great Khans.
Very nice. That'll do for now. Goodbye.
Take it easy now.
So I think that is where I'm going to end this episode. Been moderately successful, I'd say. I've managed to stick to the rule, which was to only use the Varmint rifle. it did have a bit of an effect on the game, because obviously up there when I was fighting those geckos, I had to turn around. I wasn't allowed to switch to another weapon. And yeah, I've ended up back here in Goodsprings at the Prospector's Saloon. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. As I mentioned before, if you've got any ideas for additional challenges to add, then do let me know, and maybe your challenge will be the one that gets selected for the next episode. I've been Pete. Goodbye.